When life adds a new ache, stiffens your stride, cuts the fun short, slows your hustle, puts the pause on play, Summit Orthopedics Urgent Care is here to pick you up, to dust you off, to get you back to the things that matter most, and to get you back to living life at your Summit.
Welcome to the pinnacle of hockey excellence. At APX Hockey, we redefine what it means to compete, to develop, and to succeed both on and off the ice. Our world-class coaching staff with decades of professional experience are not just mentors, but architects of potential. Here, it's not just about becoming elite, it's about committing to something bigger than yourself. We are APX Hockey. Achieve greatness.
When life adds a new ache, stiffens your stride, cuts the fun short, slows your hustle, puts the pause on play, Summit Orthopedics Urgent Care is here to pick you up, to dust you off, to get you back to the things that matter most, and to get you back to living life at your Summit.
Welcome to the pinnacle of hockey excellence. At APX Hockey, we redefine what it means to compete, to develop, and to succeed both on and off the ice. Our world-class coaching staff with decades of professional experience are not just mentors, but architects of potential. Here, it's not just about becoming elite, it's about committing to something bigger than yourself. We are APX Hockey. Achieve greatness.
When life adds a new ache, stiffens your stride, cuts the fun short, slows your hustle, puts the pause on play, Summit Orthopedics Urgent Care is here to pick you up, to dust you off, to get you back to the things that matter most, and to get you back to living life at your Summit.
Welcome to the pinnacle of hockey excellence. At APX Hockey, we redefine what it means to compete, to develop, and to succeed both on and off the ice. Our world-class coaching staff with decades of professional experience are not just mentors, but architects of potential. Here, it's not just about becoming elite, it's about committing to something bigger than yourself. We are APX Hockey. Achieve greatness.
All right, back at Burning Pepsi Arena in Sartell, the last game of the day here in the 2026 Minnesota Select Event, 38th edition. And it's the 2012s that close us out. Birth year 2012, the East versus the West. East is in the red, and the West is in the black. And heading to the goal for the West team is Eli Jackson from Elk River. And in the goal to our left for the East team is Trip Harris from Sibley and West St. Paul. We are ready to go, and we are underway. Last game of this event. And played ahead, and the East comes over the line. Huck Teagan of Stillwater. Now the puck fed back behind the goal. And out of the near side, Cole Wiedebrand of Forest Lake in on the forecheck. Now here's a shot right on and a save made from Jackson, the first save of the game. And the shot taken by Lockton Winkle of Centennial, which has 3 players on this East team. Braden Cardinal, over the line. Winkle takes the shot. Save made by Jackson from Elk River. Here's a follow-up and a backhander right on by Cole Wiedebrand of Forest Lake, and a save made by Jackson. So a face-off coming up after only 1:18 of play. 5-minute halves in this game. And there will be a resurface and a full intermission between the two halves. Most recent game, the 2013s, won by the East over the South by 5-3. 5 different goal scorers in that game for the East. And now over the line, here comes a shot, they score! And here's Riker Smith of St. Cloud scoring the first goal of the game. Little backhanded shovel that got past Trip Harris, and it's into the net for a lead at 1:30. We've had some early goals in this event today. And obviously that's no exception as Riker Smith scores the goal. Now it's over the glass and out of play. And down the hallway. The west bench area. And the second goaltender, Chase Knight of St. Michael. We will see him in the second half of this game. Jamison Larifi of Cottage Grove, the second goaltender for the East. And Hudson Kern getting the assist on the goal from River Lakes. It comes on to the goaltender. And now played back behind the goal by Gavin Thomas from Egan. On the far side, it comes in front. Here's Jonah Moncayo shooting, and a glove stop by Harris. Moncayo out of Rogers as well. So there's some the players on the I-94 corridor here. Eli Jackson from Elk River, Pryor Mills, Rogers. Keaton Vitson closer to the Twin Cities from Osseo. Riker Smith, of course, from St. Cloud, scored the goal. Jonah Moncayo of Rogers. Owen Plude of Elk River. And Chase Knight from St. Michael. So a lot of local talent here on the 2012 West team as it's played back in. And now here's Colt Pruitt from Andover. Into the boards there, whacking away at it is Finn Rolfe of Blaine. And now the puck comes up the slot where it's controlled by East, and they will play to the near side. And here's Easton Walke of Centennial. Played around to the far side. After it there is McKinnon. Marshall McKinnon wearing number 7. Forest Lake. Eli Plesh of Stillwater will play it back down the wall. And Shilkin of Woodbury. Maverick Shilkin plays it in front. Woodbury's given a good accounting of themselves today. There's Wyatt Earlbeck of Stillwater playing it back across the face of his goal to the far side. And that will come out to center ice. We're back into the west end. And now to center ice. And here's a neat move there by Owen Plude of Elk River, closing, shooting, and he puts it wide. Long Caron comes back out to center, and Vitzum has it. Pass into the middle is tipped and controlled on the far side by Gavin Thomas, then lost out. Thomas gets it back, and he'll bank one off the boards to the blue line, and after it there is Vitzum, and now it winds up off of the far side. He of Osseo Maple Grove. We got a whistle behind the play. We've got our first penalty of the contest. It comes at 3:21, and heading to the penalty box is the aforementioned Vitzum. Time of this penalty is 3:21, and it's a power play for the East there. First of the game, they trail 1-0, and now back in the right corner, here's Mills. Going to play it ahead, and now loose along the boards. Mills backhands it and can't get it out. Now they do get the puck and clear. Come all the way down the ice. Harris with an easy stop. Now played out to center ice, and now East gets the goal. It is a power play goal. It comes at 3:46, and it's 1-1. Power play didn't last long, only 25 seconds. Wiedebrand gets the assist on the power play at 3:46, and now back comes the West over the line and trying to cut to the net. Kopeski, and that's knocked away off to the corner. Cardinal. And it comes out to center ice. Chasing after it is Nelson. He lost possession, and now a pass to the near side. A centering pass. They've changed a good pass for a better pass for a better pass. And Huck Teagan at the receiving end couldn't put it on goal. And over the line they come, and it's picked up there on the far side by Blake Nelson. And now back behind the net to the near side as the West starts to press. Mills plays it behind the net, sticked away by the goaltender to the near side. And now the West will try to set up again. And now behind French, going after the puck and controlled by the West on the near side. Here's Mills and a shot. They score as that was deflected in front of the net. I'm just about certain Mills took the original shot, and it's now 2-1. And I believe the touch came from Blake Nelson. But these teams tied each other, so an interesting matchup. So it is Nelson from Mills at 4:45, and the East comes over the line. Christensen right over to the far side, and now past Pruitt, winds up coming up the slot and finally knocked off to the near side boards. And now back in the corner, this is Kellen Grant, one of the Blaine Bengals. Now the puck played on out to center ice, and here they come. Over the line, trying to split the defense is Curran, now loose at the right edge, and a shot by Smith, deflected by Harris. Now another centering pass, and a drop to the right point from Moncayo, and here's a shot that's over the top of the net, and winds up going wide from Colt Pruitt. Now back out to center ice, and here come the Weston over the line. This is Smith shooting, and that is deflected, and it goes into the netting and out of play. We played 5 minutes and 53 seconds of our opening half. Last game of the day here from Sartell and Vernix Pepsi Arena. Now back behind the net. And played through center by Wyatt Earlbeck of Stillwater. Now to the far side, Earlbeck backhands it down the wall, and Blitzum is there. Put her on the near side, held by Willie Wagner, and a shot, and that, by Easton Walke, and a save made. Face-off coming. Face-off will come to the left of Eli Jackson. Shots already 8-6. Pretty free-flowing offensively here. And now the puck picked up, and here is Flutie playing it ahead. Now Rolf over the line, tried to drop it back, and it's picked up in the corner by Wiedebrand. Fed around, now loose to the near side, and Wilkie will play it to center. That's broken up at neutral ice, and starting back is Flutie over the line as a 3 wide, and not able to penetrate the zone. And now back into the West zone it comes. Nelson there, and now feeds it across to the near side, and finally back around behind the goal to the far side where Bitsum has it, and he plays it up the wall, winds up at the blue line, and now played on into the zone. Kopeski tried to feed the left for Flutie, and that was blocked. Back to center ice, and Flutie in control once again at the red line, weaving to his right over the line, and he's got Senden and Rolf with him. Now takes it to the left edge. Finally cleared back into the west end. Trying to find their way out of the zone, and now here's Senden, Cal Senden of Wayzata starting up, and he feeds the near side. And here is Senden again. And played over the line. Into the zone, delayed offside coming, and it's claimed by the West, and they start back 17 minutes in the first half. And here's Sawyer Knox, who ran over. He's stripped of the puck, and now back over the line comes Winkle, working in, and he's spun around in the face-off circle. And now picked up by the West, and they carry out to center ice. And after it there, French couldn't quite catch up. Now on the near side is controlled by Wiedebrand, who plays it rink wide. And now into the zone they come. Here's a shot. A glove catch made by Eli Jackson. We'll get a face-off with 16:53 now to go in the opening half. Good from beginning to end here today. And Sartell, they're going to play 5 games, and they started the last one 5 minutes behind schedule. Not bad. Puck comes out to center and over the line. This is French. He closes and not able to play it through as Cardinal steers it off to the boards. Eli Plesh of Stillwater now throws it ahead and played on out to center ice. Played back into the zone and now behind the net. After it, Pruitt. And with the near side, Huck Teagan has it there. Now throws to the left point. And played back down. Now a centering pass comes up the slot to Holtman. No, Holtman of Roseville out to center, and he's got the puck now. Holtman does. Here's to the near side. Winkle tries to feed the middle, and now it comes back, and here's West over the line. French works to the slot, closes, shoots, and a save made by Harris. As the West looking to expand a 2-1 lead. Smith and Nelson have their goals so far. And Lockton Winkle has the goal for the East, wearing the red uniforms. They attack left to right. Now here's the puck at the left point for Kellen Grant. That shot is off the traffic. And an outlet pass up the middle picked up by Christensen, but he can't play it ahead. And now Moncayo feeds it over to the right side. And a pass to an open wing on the left now will come back into the East zone. Pass to Christensen at center ice, steps around Grant, comes over the line. Christensen with a player on the left, throws it across, and unable to reach it there was Wyatt Earlbeck from Stillwater. Now to the near side of Moncayo. Edmonds, and now the West comes in 3 wide, and this is Hudson Kern of River Lakes. And he now, in the circle, throws it towards the net, change direction, goes behind the goal. And the West picks it up. Looking for some help there is Riker Smith. And now it comes towards the near side, and the East is able to pick it up. They play up the middle and knocking it back down before it could get to Norman. Tommy Norman of White Bear. Now here is Norman playing it, and it comes to the right point, and Pruitt back down the wall. Controlled now by Lincoln Veneruzo of White Bear. Over to the far side, and it comes on out to center where Vitzum has it. And a rink-wide pass to Moncayo over the line. And Moncayo leaves it, now trying to pick his way through his number 15, Hudson Kern, comes around behind the net. Kern centers it. Here's a shot, and that goes wide by Smith. And picked up by the East team and played on out to center ice where it's controlled by Kern. Now in the center circle, and Wagner drops it back into the zone for Gavin Thomas. And a pass to the opposite blue line, controlled by Vitzum. And now the West will start back as they're changing. Vitzum plays it in deep, and Veneruzo goes back for it. Plays it around on the near side. It'll be stopped on the half wall by Pluty. Now it's controlled by Wagner, back around behind the net for the East. 14 minutes plus to go, and they put it the length of the ice. And then it'll be icing against the East team. So again, these teams played to a 5-5 tie and won their other 2 games. So I figure this will be a good way to close out this event. It's 2 teams that have already shown that they can be evenly matched. But here, the West has an early lead. McGraw comes up the slot and picked up by the East, and they will carry out the center ice. Rink wide to Wolke, and he plays it in, puts the defense. Wolke going in, he scores! Easton Wolke ties the game at 2. Stepped around the defense and went right in and scored. At time of the goal was 11 minutes and 2 seconds. Easton Wolke of Centennial. I want to bring a hard at in the lunch for this one. It might be a real fun contest. Back into the zone, and now banked out to center. It's tipped by Sendon. And it's going to come on to the goaltender as Harris plays it back behind the net. Now cleared but not out. Held in by Curran. And a shot and a glove catch made by Harris. Faceoff will come to the right of the East goal. And here is Sawyer Knox. Shilkin and McKinnon get assists on the goal from Wolke at 11:02. And we got a 2-2 tie. Here is the West in control. And now a pass up the slot. Vitzlin now works towards the circle to the goaltender's right. Comes in, fires from a sharp angle, and a save made by Harris. We're going to face off. Again in the East zone. 13-14 to go. Our other winners today in the 2016s, it was the East. 3 goals for Henry Gillespie of Woodbury in that game. East over the North 5-4 in the 2015s. Winning goal for Louis Sweeney from Matamidi in that game with about a minute 13 seconds to go. 4-2 East over the North in the 2014s. And the winning goal in that game from Easton Dornbach. Good day for Woodbury. He got that one. And the game just completed, a 5-3 win for the East over the South, as the winning goal again, Bjorn Newman of Woodbury. So they've had a good day here. They have some excellent youth teams, and it's showing here at the selects. And now it's picked up and played out to center, and here comes the East at center ice. And it's Dane Hensler, another one from Woodbury, over the line. Now in the high slot, Bodie Fuller takes the shot right on, and a save made by, save made by Eli Jackson as the puck comes up the slot, finally controlled by Nelson for Andover near side. And he comes over the line. Nelson tried to throw it in front, and the forward tied up, backhanded away by Wiedebrand over to the far side. And the East plays up the middle looking for Winkle, and can't get it to him. Now picked up, and here's French over the line. And he goes down trying to play the puck to the corner. And Lachlan Winkle behind the goal, around to the near side for Wiedebrand. As we have passed the halfway mark here in our first half, pass over to the right side, too far for French. And it comes out to center ice. Back into the zone is Flynn Chisholm from Sartell. And played over the line. Now trying to work in is Nelson. He plays it beside the net. A centering pass. They score. Riker Smith, his second goal of the game. And it's 3-2 as Riker Smith takes a good pass and tucks it in. Time of the goal, 13 minutes and 9 seconds. And the West goes back in front. .51 to go in the first. Second goal of the game for Riker Smith. French and Nelson getting assists at 13:09, and now the West back in with a 3-2 advantage. Again, a shot, they score! And it's the hat trick for Riker Smith. Closes in and pops one over Trip Harris on the blocker side. And it's 2 goals in 25 seconds for Smith, who needs only 13 minutes of this game to complete a hat trick. And it's 4-2. And the East controlling now with work to do, trailing by a couple. Get a face-off in the East zone. And Hudson Curran got 1 assist on the goal by Smith, and I didn't hear the second. As the puck around to the near side, and it's controlled by the East, and they carry out. Here is Earlbeck over over the line, and now he works in to the right edge, centering pass, and that was nearly a third goal for the East. And now back comes Colt Pruitt over the line. Pruitt throws it in front, and now it comes to the corner. 10:38 to go in the first, and now here's Smith behind the net, centers it up the slot. Moncayo turns and shoots, and that comes wide to the near side as Eli Plesh feeds it over to the far side. The Stillwater Pony to Earlbeck, another one from Stillwater. Puck comes out to center ice, loose in the center circle. Picked up in the west, will carry back over the line, and looking to center it is Curran. It's off his stick and banked out to center, controlled by Easton Waltke. And now a long rink-wide pass is played on into the zone, and it's now dropped up the slot for Earlbeck. And now a shot winds up going wide as the goaltender Jackson was sliding from right to left, winds up in the corner to the far side. Now flipped up the middle, and that is deflected by Cardinal, and now played back into the east zone. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half of play. The puck out to center, and Wiedebrand carries it over the line. And Wiedebrand after it, feeds the circle. Now a centering pass, loose against the left post as Jackson knocked it away. Now comes to the blue line and played ahead by Nelson, back deep into the zone, and Wiedebrand will chase after it behind the east goal over to the far side. And now controlled down low. Mills trying to play it in front, does, and that is blocked, loose at the right edge. And East is able to pick it up and play on out to center ice. Over the line is Lockton Winkle. He works in. Winkle centers it, comes up the slot off a stick intended for Wiedebrand. And Gavin Thomas plays over to the near side for Holtman. And the Roseville native shoots it on into the zone. That's going to be icing because he did it from his own side of center ice. We're going to face off coming back in the east zone with 8:56 to go in the opening half. Excuse me, to the right of Trip Harris, and it winds up off to the right boards. French dropping it to the right point. Here's Vitsum closing in, and he falls as the puck picked up by Norman as the skater lost his edge. It comes out to center ice and controlled again by French back in the zone. And now feeds it up the middle, and here comes Kopeski through center over the line. It's 3-on-2. They drop to the right point. Now Vitsum throws it back across, and it comes all the way through to the near side as the West goes after it there. Now here's Nelson behind the net, centering it, and it comes over to the far side. And now the pass to the near point, and here is Sawyer Knox from Andover as he goes down looking for the puck. It's underneath him, finally picked out, and here comes Christensen. Jake Christensen lost it in the center circle, and here's Nelson back. He's been ever present over the line. Blake Nelson cuts to the slot. Good chance. Fires, and he puts it over the top. The defense melted right off him as French comes to the far side and now comes to the right point. And Kopeski winds up wide to the near side. Now picked up and cleared to center ice. Played down with a high stick by Norman, and that'll bring a stoppage in play with 7:49 left in the first period. Or first half, I should say, of play. So, back we go. Smith. Riker Smith, St. Cloud with a hat trick here in the first half. Goals at 1:30, 13:09, and 13:34. Now here's Mills. And a shot that winds up going over the top of the goal from Flynn Chisholm at the right point. And now, again, West in control. This is Smith again. And now played along the boards and played down with a glove by Chisholm. Loose at center, and the West will control. Curran drops it back. 4 goals on 18 shots for the West so far as it's played on into the zone, and now controlling it, here's Curran, and he's behind the net, a follow-up, and a shot from in front of the goal, and a good stop there off of Riker Smith looking for a 4th goal, and this time Harris took it away from him. Now back into the corner, and the far side, Flynn Chisholm behind the net. It comes free, and it's controlled by the East. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Long pass up the middle. They come over the line. And this is Marshall McKinnon looking to center. Whistles one wide of the goal. Comes to the near side. And Plish can't control. Loose at center ice, and now they carry it. Here comes the West. 3 against 3. A drop pass up the slot, and knocked the stick right out of the goaltender's hand as Flynn Chisholm took the shot, and Harris went up with a stick, and it wound up on the deck as we'll get a face-off with 6:44 now to go in our first. Coach is my name, having a great time here today. 2026 Minnesota selects the 38th version. Of course, after the game, awards given to players for academic achievement as well as for prowess in the game of hockey. And that attempt by Pluti, and that winds up off the defense and wide. Behind the net as the West continues to press. Now picked up and played out to the blue line. Pruitt, and we'll go back. 4 goals on 20 shots for the West in this game. 2 goals on 15 shots for the East. And up the slot, the puck comes out, and here comes the East. Over the line, it's Wiedebrand. Throws it in front, deflected by the defenseman Pruitt behind the goal. And now loose. Finally picked up by Gavin Thomas, tries to get in front of the net. And now forced behind instead. Now stops on the half wall and lost the puck as it's picked up by the West. They come out, and they are 3 against 3. Over the line. And trying to figure out a way to center that puck there is Sendin. It winds up behind the net. Centering pass is intercepted, and now the East starts back at center ice and over the line. And that is Christensen putting it wide of the net, comes around to the far side. Christensen with it. Does the tour of the defense, now comes to the near side, and Veneruso. Sharp angle, centering pass comes through to the far side. After it there is Thomas. And now played back behind the net where Callan Grant has it for the West. And near side and out to center. And here is Rolfe feeding to the right, and it's offside on the right as Sendin delayed at the blue line and too early. 5:16 left. We will resurface after this first half of play and come back with our final half of play in this event. 5th game of our day. Thank the tournament organizers for a terrific job keeping everything on schedule, and these have been some really good games. Over the line, the West, it's French. And now right around to the far side, holding it there is Vitsum along the far boards. Back to French, now to the right point, played by Nelson. And down, French goes after it, battling there with Thomas in the corner. French comes out with the puck and fed down the wall where it's controlled once again by Nelson. Looking to center, poke check by the goaltender right onto the stick of Norman. And here he comes, Tommy Norman through center to the right side for Christensen, and it's offside. It was the second pass that did it as Norman was leading the rush. Pass to the right, Christensen, and put himself offside in the process. So we'll go outside with 4:41 left in the first for a face-off. Now played back into the zone, and it's controlled by the West. The flip pass comes across, and now controlled by Sawyer Knox at center ice. Here's Knox over the line. Now chases after it. He'll get there first behind the goal, and he crosses with Kopecky. Comes to the left point. Vitsum has it, flattens, fires, tipped, and Kopecky put it on goal. Harris made the save anyway. Now it comes out to center, and here comes the East at the blue line, and Norman lost it. Now back comes the West counterattacking with Nelson to the far side. Nelson gets down to the corner, and players from both teams in. It comes to the wall. French has it there, takes the shot, and it's high over the top. Rebound to the near side for Christensen. And finally back behind the goal. Now played to the far side. The West will relay out to center ice. And in control there is Vitsum. Comes over the line. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the period. Puck loose and now played out. And here is Christensen over the line. Christensen trying to put a move there on Knox, and he didn't buy it. Now back comes the West. Laying it into the zone. The West zone. The West zone, leading the left of goaltender Eli Jackson. Chase Knight to play the second half for St. Michael. Jameson Larikia from Cottage Grove get the second half for the East team. Now the puck played around behind the net. And now this is Walke with it, and he throws it across to the near side. Oh, backdoor, beautiful play, and right at the moment of truth, the puck runs off the stick. Marshall McKinnon. Jackson to gobble it up. Another face-off coming up to his left. 2:32 to go. And played up the wall, and now played down by Noah Holtman. And now played down by Noah Holtman. Back behind the net, and this is behind the net, and this is Mills. Some good size on him. Here comes loose in front, and poking away at it there was Walke, and he nearly had a goal. Here's Cardinal laying it down behind the net, and he nearly had a goal. Here's Cardinal laying it down behind the net. And now loose behind. And here is Riker Smith starting back with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Played ahead now by Holtman and into the zone. Here's a chance, and a shot sails wide from Walke off to the far side. After it is McKinnon, and he finds it now along the boards. Gets to the hash, plays it beside the net. A sharp angled shot, and it winds up squirting through to the near side. Now loose in front of the net, and the West is able to pick it up. Mills plays it ahead. It comes out to center, and it's controlled by Walke. Now over to the far side, and played to the blue line where it's picked up by Rolfe, and then he lost possession. Here comes the East end, looking for some space. A minute 25 to go, centering pass, and that shot went wide, and Walke had a good chance from about 20 feet out. And didn't really have a good look at it, but it went wide anyhow. 18 left in our first half of play in a 4-2 game. Tied up is Thomas. He couldn't shoot from the face-off. The puck rolls onto the goaltender, and Jackson gets another stoppage. That burned a few seconds anyhow. And it will result in a face-off to his left. And loose in the circle. And finally backhanded wide by Teagan as the puck comes to the far side. And now the West angling towards the middle, back to the outside. Pruitt shoots it in. 30 seconds to go. Harris sets it up behind the net. Comes around to the near side, and it's banked off the boards to center, and it's going to get past Grant. It'll come all the way back. And icing is called on the East as we're down to 23 seconds to go in our first half. Face-off coming to the right of the East goal, and now it's played. Grant down the wall and gets it back. Grant takes a shot, and a glove catch by Harris, and we'll get another face-off. That took 8 seconds. There's 15 left in the first half. Draw coming up to the right. Twins fall in Baltimore 8-6 today. Top 2 out of 3 in the season opening series. Lewis another home run today, so hopefully he can pick things up. We've got 2 of them now, and now at center ice. It's picked up by Teagan, who plays it into the zone, and it's banked back out to center where Gavin Thomas has it. Brings it over the line. Actually, he doesn't. It's broken up at neutral ice, and that's the end of the first half. And our score is West 4, East 2, and the West with 25 attempts in the first period, and the East with 20. So we will take a break and resurface. So a full intermission coming, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes for the last half here in 2026 Minnesota Selects right on the Youth Hockey Hub.
When life adds a new ache, stiffens your stride, cuts the fun short, slows your hustle, puts the pause on play, Summit Orthopedics Urgent Care is here to pick you up, to dust you off, to get you back to the things that matter most, and to get you back to living life at your Summit.
Welcome to the pinnacle of hockey excellence. At APX Hockey, we redefine what it means to compete, to develop, and to succeed both on and off the ice. Our world-class coaching staff with decades of professional experience are not just mentors, but architects of potential. Here, it's not just about becoming elite. It's about committing to something bigger than yourself. We are APX Hockey. Achieve greatness.
When life adds a new ache, stiffens your stride, cuts the fun short, slows your hustle, puts the pause on play. Summit Orthopedics Urgent Care is here to pick you up, to dust you off, to get you back to the things that matter most, and to get you back to living life at your Summit.
Welcome to the pinnacle of hockey excellence. At APX Hockey, we redefine what it means to compete, to develop, and to succeed both on and off the ice. Our world-class coaching staff with decades of professional experience are not just mentors, but architects of potential. Here, it's not just about becoming elite. It's about committing to something bigger than yourself. We are APX Hockey. Achieve greatness.
When life adds a new ache, stiffens your stride, cuts the fun short, slows your hustle, puts the pause on play, Summit Orthopedics Urgent Care is here to pick you up, to dust you off, to get you back to the things that matter most, and to get you back to living life at your Summit.
Welcome to the pinnacle of hockey excellence. At APX Hockey, we redefine what it means to compete, to develop, and to succeed both on and off the ice. Our world-class coaching staff with decades of professional experience are not just mentors, but architects of potential. Here, it's not just about becoming elite, it's about committing to something bigger than yourself. We are APX Hockey. Achieve greatness.
Last 25 minutes from Sartell and the Greenwich Pepsi Arena. Jeff Papers with you with a call as we finish Minnesota Selects 2026. A very fun, very good day of youth hockey. We got a chance to see if the East team in the red can make up a 2-goal deficit as we play the second half. A hat trick for Riker Smith in the first half and a single goal for Blake Nelson. Winkle and Wolke with the goals for the East. Shots, attempts on goal, 25-20 for the West, according to the scoreboard here in the first half. All right, ready to go. Teams will change goaltenders. And in goal for the West is Chase Knight from St. Michael Albertville. And for the East, Jameson Larikia in goal from Cottage Grove. As we start play. Here we go, out to center ice, and here comes the West back. French over the line, closes in, takes the shot, and Larikia got a piece of that, knocked it wide. As the West brings it to the right point, and Christian French plays it down the wall. And now back behind, and we picked up by the East. Price tries to clear, can't. Now French throws it across, and boy, close there as Kopecky put it on goal, and Larikia somehow got a piece of it and played it behind the net. Now at the left point, here's Knox, and he throws it through to the far side. After it, Norman, and out to center, and here is French back for the puck. He is being pursued there by Winkle, plays it around on the near side for Knox. One hand over player to another, and now back behind the net. It's controlled by the East and McKinnon. Plays it to the near side boards, and after it is Holtman behind the net. And the East has work to do as the puck comes out. And they'll steal it. They get down low, and they're to center ice. After it there, Curran can't get to it. But the West is able to get momentum going forward. And over the line comes Chisholm. He cuts to the slot. He shoots, and he puts it off the glass. The carom winds up to the right of the goal. And finally behind the net. And the West continues to put on pressure. Leading by 2 up the slot. Here's Chisholm working in. He's going to go in again. He throws it across. No one home there, and Moncayo will feed it to the right point and then gets it back on a return from Curran. And out to center, where it's picked up by Chisholm. Rink wide to the near side for Pryor Mills. And then Mills throws it back into the zone. And now they try to play up the wall for Curran, and that doesn't get there. As the East tries to make something happen here. Holtman plays it down the boards, and it goes back behind the net. Looking for it there was Waltke, couldn't get to it. Picked up there by Mills, headman pass on the left, and now the West attacking rink wide. Here's Curran, and over the line, Curran works it to the left side. Here's a shot, and a save made off of Moncayo from Jameson Larikia, and we'll get a face-off with 2 minutes and 51 seconds gone in the second half. Last half of the day here from Sartell. Glad to have you along all day long here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Proud to bring you these games and happy to give some more airtime, if you will, to some of the fine young players here in the state of hockey as we get a face-off coming to the right of Laricchia's goal. And the West wins the face-off, played around by Pluty. And to the far side, Gavin Thomas. Down the wing, over the line. Still in possession, fires, and a save made by Knight. Puck comes to the circle, and now another stick save by Knight as Thomas got his own rebound. Now on the near side, trying to throw it in front, and that one winds up golfed over the top of the net by Winkle. And now it winds up along the boards to the right point, and unable to see the net. Veneruzzo plays it around behind, but the carom comes in front, and Knight sticks it away for the defense to handle. And played ahead, Rolfe down the wing. And now a pass to the right is intended for Winkle. Goaltender is out to play it, and he steers it around behind to the far side. Teagan has it. And along the boards, finally it winds up behind the net. And the West will gain possession again. Played ahead, too far for Pluty, and that goes the length. And that'll be icing on the West. 21 minutes and 7 seconds to go. I will finish my 5th game of the day. This off from the left of the West goal. It's centerman there. Now turned around, and Christensen puts it wide. Now controlled by Vitsum. Plays it to center. French over the line. French gets wide. Now looks. Oh, good pass up the slot. And there is goal number 5. And it's Blake Nelson with a terrific pass from French. And Nelson's second goal of the game makes it 5-2. French now with 3 assists in this game. Time of the goal, 4 minutes and 11 seconds. And it is 5-2. Now there's push back in the zone. Headman pass, Wagner. Now rink wide, and it comes back into the West zone. Goaltender out to play it, steers to the wall, and they put it right on the stick of Christensen. French gets the only assist and will get a face-off. An offside rush, 20 minutes and 30 seconds now to go, and the West leads by 3. And Knox feeds it across. And here they come again. Nelson. Kopecky got the last touch, and it's 6-2. Just trickled over the line. And the time of this one, well, just a few seconds after the last one. It comes at 4 minutes and 40 seconds, 29 seconds apart. And Kopecky will get credit for that goal. Laid ahead by Holtman into the zone. Nelson and French again, so that's 4 helpers for French today. And the puck in the West zone to the left of the goal. They now lead it by 4 with 20 minutes to play. Loose at the left side and now into the slot area. And played on out to center. Backhanded by Holtman, back into the zone, and backboard is Knox. In the left corner, he goes to the boards with Shilkin. And now loose to the far side, picked up finally by French again. And out to center for Nelson. They've been lethal in this game. A drop pass, they close in, and a shot goes over the glass from Kopecky off a stick and out of play. So that line, yeah, the defense is there. Long pass to center, and it's brought into the zone offside as Wiedebrand tried to take the pass, skating backwards, ahead and put himself offside going into the Maurikia's goal. It comes to the near side. And now in control, Wiedebrand plays it ahead and out to center. And Lockton Winkle comes over the line. Winkle fires. Glove save by Knight. And a face-off now in the west zone, which takes a few seconds off the clock. That's 29-28 for the game, which means 8-4 for the East, which has allowed the only 2 goals in this period. Now the puck played to the right side of the West will carry to center ice. And over the line they come. And that's Pluty, takes it to the boards, and now behind the net for Moncayo. Up the slot, now controlled by the East, and they will come out to center ice. And this is Wiedebrand over the line, works in, fires, save made by Knight. It comes up the slot, controlled by Veneruzzo, takes a shot that goes wide. And now Teagan around behind the net. After it there, Shilkin. And it's pinned in against the boards. Players from both teams in. Now it runs to the left edge and finally banked off the glass. And now center ice, and latching onto it is Curran. He closes in. Hudson Curran fires, and a save made by Larikia. Comes off to the boards. And now a centering pass deflects up the slot. Curran again, and now Mills high on the slot. Feeds the left side, and now a cross ice pass will bounce on its way to Curran. And he will pick it up along the boards. Curran turns around and plays it down the wall, and he finds Smith in the corner. Now Smith gets some help from Moncayo. Centering pass, and it comes through to the near side as the East now finally picks it up and carries out to center. Winkle will carry it into the zone, gets past the defender. Mills scores! Lockton Winkle. Oh, pretty goal, his second of the game. And he played it past Pryor Mills and went in for the goal. And Lockton Winkle makes it 6-3. Time of the goal, 7:06. Well, they're not dead yet as the East finds the ability to strike back. 3 goals on 29 shots in this game. Now picked up by Grant. And Huck Teagan gets the assist on the goal, and now closing in, a loose, and they score as puck left out in front of the net, and it was poked in by Cal Sendon, and the West wastes no time in getting their 4-goal lead back at 7:23. So that is 17 seconds after Winkle's goal. Now 7-3 for the West. They have scored 3 times here in the second half. And now it's shot on into the zone by Pruitt. And comes on to the goaltender, and Laricchio will make the save. We'll get a face-off in his zone. 17 minutes, 30 seconds to play, and a 7-3 advantage for Team West. West scored 5 or more goals in all 3 of their games. And 7 is tied for their high. And Plude gets the assist on the goal by Sendon as the puck comes into the West zone. And now played to center along the blue line, and Rolf sweeps it to center. Now loose and finally controlled. Here comes East over the line and heading towards the net. Well, that was Wagner that was knocked off his skates, and now here comes the West back down the wing, and Sendon into the zone. Sendon centers it. Moody goes in. He's on his backhand, and the pass over to the right side. Laricchia out to play it. Now loose, and nearly a wraparound goal on the backhand on the near side for Pluty, and now he is knocked in against the wall. And the puck now will come along the boards. Pluty to the left point. Pruitt takes a shot. Stick save Laricchia, and controlled by Cardinal. Plays it ahead to center ice, and latching onto it is Christensen for the East, rather, as it's played into the zone, and Grant banks one to center ice. Played ahead, and now here comes Finn Rolf over the line. Pass to the right. French, and he can't get to the net. Now Christensen back for The East to the blue line, played ahead for Shilton, and then that's stolen away with just over 16 minutes to go now, out to center. And here is Norman losing possession over the line. Blake Nelson tries to split the defense and winds up with the puck along the boards. He cuts to the slot on his backhand, now comes to the far side, throws it towards the front of the net. They score as it was just flipped over the goaltender, and Blake Kopeski with his second goal of the game, and it's 8-3. At 9 minutes and 5 seconds. So offensive firepower we've seen from the West team. And it's a 5-goal lead. Puck comes to the near side, and it's played on into the zone by Knox. And now down in front for French. Oh, a great centering pass, and it comes to the right edge. Not able to find a friendly stick, though, and let's get the announcement. It is. They're giving it to French from Nelson, and I thought that Kopeski got the last touch on it, but it doesn't matter. It is a terrific day for Christian French from Andover, who has 4 assists and a goal today, and it's 8-3, 15 and a half minutes to go. And a shot and a pad save by Larikia from Nelson. And now behind the net, controlled by Thomas. And a long pass up the middle, and Easton Wolke was hit by the Ice Monster over the line, and now comes down behind, and a centering pass loose in front of the net. Follow-up shot tipped wide by Wolke, and to the near side it goes. 15 minutes plus to play, and an 8-3 contest. The West has really looked good as French along the boards feeds it to center for Vitzum, and now he comes over the line. Vitzum will now lose possession on a bank to center as it's Shilton playing it ahead, but now that's turned away. Kopeski feeds it to the right, and over the line Nelson tried to lay it down there for French, who picks it up at the circle anyway, and now throws it back down in front for Kopeski, and it runs up the slot. Finally picked up by the East, and they carry it to center, and at center it's picked up by Thomas, who's over the line. And now Thomas laying it down deep, takes a shot, and that goes off the outside of the net. Knight of the post covered, and now it's picked up by the West, and they carry out with 14 and a half minutes to go. And right up the middle, here comes Blake Nelson. He goes down, the puck comes on goal, and we'll get a face-off. We're down to 20 seconds to play. So Smith had a hat trick in the first half of this game. Winkle has 2 goals. Senden and French with singles. Now the puck picked up by Mills, and it's fed over to the right. Now back along the wall. Mills again at the left point. Mills plays it up the wall. And now out to center ice. Christensen. And now loose. Mills going after it again, and he wins the physical battle. Mills along the boards, tries to play it ahead, knocks a player over, and then feeds the puck ahead to Smith. And now back in the east zone to the left, and now breaking in. The puck comes to the goaltender, and Larikia gets there before Moncayo. So we'll get a face-off with just under 13 minutes to play. Smith on to take the face-off against Wiedebrand, and now tipped out to center, and here's Mills back into the zone, and after it is Flynn Chisholm behind the goal, and he comes out the near side, starts the rush, and a pass to the right is right on the tape over the line, and a pass back down low, and a shot, and a goal for Flynn Chisholm, and it is 9-3. Boy, what passing. Good, quick work. And Flynn Chisholm of Sartell makes it 9-3. And that puts us into running time. .11:45 we'll call that, and it is a 5-goal second half, 9-3 now with 13 minutes to go and the clock moving. And Kern and Mills get assists. And now down the right, here comes the West again over the line. And this is Chisholm again, the puck, is 15 Curran off to the far side. Here's a shot and a stick save. Larikia off to the near side boards to the left, and they will carry over the line. Wagner, and getting there first was Chisholm as the puck picked up by the West. They start right back down the wing and over the line. Now picked up and thrown towards the front of the net, and Larikia will make a save, and time will march on. 12 minutes, 20 seconds to go here. It's a 9-3 contest, and this is a good West team. They move the puck very well, and you consider that a lot of these kids have probably never played together before. It is fun to watch them. I mean, they may have. In today's all-star world, it is quite possible, but not regularly. Let's put it that way. And West has put on a show today. They have scored 9 goals on 39 shots. And the puck played down, and here is Rolf. Around to the near side, and after it in the corner is Holtman, and he tries to go behind the net and does. Then he fanned on it. Holtman in the corner has to come back. Holtman then plays to the left, and they do manage to chip the puck out to center ice. So here's Winkle down the wing, pass to the near side. Kate Christensen over the line, takes a shot over the top. Long rebound is Cardinal at the left point, down behind the net for Christensen. And he now plays up the wall. And they'll go for it along the wall. Four-car pile up there, comes down off the dasher boards, and Holtman plays it down the wall. After it, Winkle, and that's won by the West. And the West has done a great job winning those loose puck battles. His Cruitt comes over the line, takes the shot. That goes wide. Rebound picked up and carried all the way back into the zone. Bakaram did, and Grant now will take it behind the net. And Grant plays it up the wall. Bouncing puck picked up there by Winkle. He goes down. And now in control is Grant for the West out to center ice, playing it ahead, and Rolf can't get into the zone. Now laid ahead on the left wing for Lockton Winkle over the line, and his pass to the right finds no one in particular, and finally controlled, and here comes Rolf over the line, leaving a drop pass. Now Pluty into the goal line extended area, now into the corner, and doing the work in the corner, finally picked up there by the East, and they will play it up the wall with just over 10 minutes to go. Coming down the wing, Christensen. Over the line, Christensen nudged out by French as it comes into the zone. And now here comes the West one more time at center ice. Mills, check that, Cruitt leading the charge, takes a shot, pad save, Larikia, rebound to Veneruzzo to the near side. And now along the wall, Kopeski has it, tries to spin in front, forced wide, comes to the corner. Kopeski looking for help behind the net, and now feeds it out to the right point. And here's a shot by Vitsium, right on, rebound, goaltender down, and it's under him. And we'll get a stoppage with 9:44 left. And running time, the order of the day, 9-3 here with about 9.5 minutes left. And on the face-off now is Christian French. Nelson takes the shot, goes wide of the goal, comes around to the far side, and Teagan. Stillwater playing it ahead, but now that's lost. And Kopeski goes back down. So that Kopeski, Nelson, and French line is on again, and that has been a very good line for the West. The puck comes rink wide and out to center. East picks it up and plays it ahead into the zone, and it's on the wrong side of Knox, who will chase after it finally. Flips it off the glass to center ice, and now Nelson back. He comes over the line. Wingers on both sides tried to play through, and it winds up in the corner. On the near side, played up the wall. Wiedebrand out to center, and delayed offside coming. Now they tag up, and here is Eli Plish over the line from Stillwater. Plays it in, and Vitsium behind the goal. With 8.5 minutes to go, a centering pass comes up the slot in the West. Johnny on the spot as they've been all game long. Over the line, and French passes, and now over the line is Nelson. He drops it, and up the slot. Here's a shot by Kopeski and a save by Larikia. Off to the boards, comes to the right point, and here is Vitsium. And he is putting a move there on Huck Teagan, and he got around him. Vitsium to the high slot. Still has possession, now feeds the near side, and now behind the net. It's controlled, and it's Kopeski. As he now gets some help from Vitsium behind the goal. It comes to the near side, and the East will control with 8 minutes to play. It comes out to center ice, and over the line they come, and here's Earlbeck closing. He shoots, and it's wide. Goes over the top of the net. Rebound on the near side is played around, and here comes the West once again. Played out. by Kopeski. He heads for the bench on a change with 7:40 to go, and now Wiedebrand has it behind the East net. Comes out the near side. Headman pass to Holtman, and that finds a stick off an open wing. Now here's a play into the zone, and Wiedebrand goes back for it. He winds up behind the net, losing possession there as Moncayo is on him. Puck comes around to the left side, and here's Moncayo again along the boards. Moncayo to the right point. Here's Chisholm, and he carries it out to center ice. Easy for me to say. As Chisholm banks it ahead, and now Knox turning and starts back. Knox to the right, and he carries over the line, and then it's lost, and East picks it up with 7 minutes to play to the near side, and here comes Holtman over the line. And Holtman will play it in deep, rings the boards behind the net, knocks on the fly, carries around to the far side. And then he lost possession, played behind the net. Now Smith takes over and played to the near side for Moncayo at center ice. And here comes Riker Smith at center. He lost out at center ice and finally tipped back into the west zone, and Chisholm will chase after it. And he'll take it behind the net. Out the right side, and now a pass too far at center, but shoveled over towards the boards, and they're going to be way offside when they come in the zone there as Riker Smith brought it in, but he had a teammate flat on the ice. It was Hudson Curran as he was offside by 5-6 feet. And the face-off coming outside, clock moving with 6:10 to play. West controls. Here's Mills. Playing it ahead and over the line, and this is Flutie. He gets to the near boards, and then he is knocked in against the wall by Veneruso. Around to the far side, Norman. To White Bear Lake Bears out there, and now here's Flutie on the near side. He goes down as he lost his edge trying to play it around behind the net. And loose along the wall, controlled by Sendin. And now looking for some space, throws it across, and Walke is there to pick it up and put a center with it. Now coming back, here is Finn Rolfe. He is pushed in against the boards. And now along the near side wall, here's Sendin with it. And Sendin tries to play to the front of the net, and it's picked up, and here comes Walke back for East, and he is over the line. Walke with 5:24 to go. Walke is forced wide and behind the net. And the puck comes on to the goaltender. They score, and it's 9-4 with 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go, and that'll put us back in stop time with the goal coming at 19 minutes and 41 seconds. So the East gets one back, and it's 9-4.
East scores for number 17, Tommy Norman, assistant number 15, East
Walke with the assist on the goal by Tommy Norman from White Bear. And that puts us back to stop time with 5 minutes to go in a 5-goal game. And now played out to center as Veneruso unable to play. Now here's a break in for Flutie, and now he is ridden off. And the puck runs to the blue line and is brought back in. Delayed offside coming as the East carries it to center ice. And in over the line looking for some space. Gavin Thomas now down the wing, and here comes the West. Flutie unable to get to it. Now Winkle, who has 2 goals. He's over the line. Lockton Winkle takes a shot, and that goes off the traffic and wide. Following his shot, Winkle behind the goal for Shilton with 4.5 minutes to go. Centering pass comes up to center, and now here comes the West back. Now Flutie over the line. 3 against 2 with a back pressure, a shot, and it goes wide of Larikia's goal to the far side, and Karam's out to center ice. And now a play over by Cruitt to the far side. And after it, they're French along the boards, and he starts out. There's French to center for Colt Cruitt over the line, and that's broken up. Now back comes the East, and a hit thrown by Cruitt frees up the puck, and now winds up along the boards to the near side. And again, Cruitt trying to play it out, and he does. Feeds to center with just under 4 minutes left, and over the line, here comes Christian French. Centering pass, gets it back down low. French comes in, takes a shot, save Larikia. And the puck rolls out to center ice, and now here comes the Red East team back as Christensen over the line. Turns, spins, puts it in front. What good passing that is, and in front to the goaltender down, and unable to play it to the net was Cardinal. Now here comes the West back 3.5 minutes left, and they start back through the middle. Look at the speed on these kids. This is incredible. Here's Nelson closing, and he flies through the crease. There's a penalty coming as Blake Nelson going to get a slashing penalty coming here with just the second penalty of the game. And it's going to go against, let's see. Kate Christensen. And that comes at 21 minutes and 49 seconds, 3:11 to go. And the first power play of the game for the West. Hasn't needed one. Well, they've been moving the puck today. The puck comes to the left point, and Vitsium has it along the wall, centers, comes through to the far side with 2:52 to go, and we'll see them work their power play. Now behind the net, Kopeski centers it. Boy, good quick shot there by French. Now off the wall it comes. French fires off the glass. And the rebound is controlled by French. Into the slot. Oh, and then it ran off his stick. He tips it to the far side looking for a return pass from Knox, but now it's controlled in the slot area. Kopeski feeds it over to Vitsium, who closes. A centering pass, and that comes all the way through, and it's going to run out to center ice. 2:14 to go, and carrying it back in is French. Now Kopeski leaves it. French again. Under 2 minutes to go, and they're working now to the high slot for Sawyer Knox. And Knox closing, looking to center, and winds up behind the net, where it's picked up by Cardinal in the corner, but he lost possession. And the West plays it again down the wall. 20 seconds in the power play. And now finally down for Nelson behind the net. Looks to center it. That's picked off by Hopman. And East will carry out. Hopman to center ice with 7 seconds to go. They'll kill off the penalties. We're down to 1:16 left, and he lost it at the blue line. And now a pass down the wing. Nelson over the line. Cuts to the slot. Goes down. And the puck steered behind the net by Huck Teagan with 1:05 to go. Penalty is over. And we hit the last minute of play right now. And here comes the East over the line. They work in a centering pass. Teagan shoots. And it went off the goaltender Knight. Didn't think he had a good idea where that puck was. Banked off the wall. And here comes Moncayo in over the line. He shoots. And that's over the top. Long rebound out to center. And Chisholm has it with 45 seconds left. Plays up the wing. And West is good to the last drop as they come in over the line. Centering pass. A shot by Chisholm. And that goes wide. Now behind the net, the East picks it up. 35 seconds to play. And they come out to center ice. Pass to the near side for Walke. And he's over the line. Walke into the corner and now takes it down behind. And now picked up by the West on the near side boards. And they clear it out to center. Long pass to the right. And that is tipped on its way to Curran. Goaltender out to play it. And seconds to go. Veruzzo off to the far side. And now chipped ahead. And with 9 seconds left, it's chopped ahead. And that'll be icing, as they'll wave it off and let the game come to an end, as the West with a solid performance. What they put on, and they win it by 9-4 today, and they have 46 shots, so they outshoot their opponents 46-32, and our play here has come to an end, and it's been a fun day. The West 9-4. Riker Smith of St. Cloud with 3 goals. Let's see. Smith, Nelson, Smith, Nelson also with 2 goals. Kopeski, Sendon, French, and Chisholm with the goals for the West today. 2 goals for the East for Nelson. Norman, Winkle, Walke, and Winkle. So Winkle gets 2 goals for the East, Lockton Winkle. And 2 singles, and now we'll get the presentations The last awards of the day.
The Minnesota Selects would like to take this opportunity to thank all the participants and fans for your support of the 38th annual Minnesota Selects Festival. Once again, we will be honoring the student athletes for their academic achievements during the year. The players who turned in a satisfactory report card will receive a pin honoring their academic achievement. Also, any player that achieved a non-weighted GPA of 4.0 will be honored as a member of the all-academic team. And now for the awards presentation. First, the second place team from the East. Number 1, Jameson Larikia, academic achievement. Number 2, Noah Holman, academic achievement and skills winner. Number 3, Braden Cardinal. Number 4, Lofton Winkle, academic achievement. Number 5, Willie Wagner, academic achievement. Number 6, Gavin Thomas, academic achievement. Number 7, Marshall McKinnon, academic achievement. Number 8, Cole Gilbert. Number 9, Maverick Schulkin, academic achievement. Number 10, Huck Teigen, academic achievement. Number 11, Eli Plish, academic achievement. Number 12, Lincoln Benaruzo, academic achievement. Number 14, Kate Christensen, academic achievement. Number 15, Easton Wolke, academic achievement. Number 16, Wyatt Earlbeck, 4.0 scholar. Number 17, Tommy Norman, academic achievement. And number 30, Trip Harris, academic achievement. And now for your 2025 Minnesota Selects Championship team from the West. Number 1, Eli Jackson, academic achievement. Number 2, Pryor Mills. Number 3, Cole Pruitt, skills winner and academic achievement. Number 4, Keaton Fitzhume, academic achievement. Number 5, Flynn Chisholm, academic achievement. Number 6, Blake Nelson, academic achievement. Number 7, Cal Sandin, academic achievement. Number 8, Blake Kopesky, academic achievement. Number 9, Christian French, academic achievement. Number 10, Finn Rolfe, academic achievement. Number 11, Riker Smith, academic achievement. Number 12, Callan Grant, academic achievement. Number 14, Jonah Makayo, academic achievement. Number 15, Hudson Curran, academic achievement. Number 16, Owen Plude, academic achievement. Number 17, Sawyer Knox, academic.
In the arms of Chase Knight, the goaltender, and a trophy win. Good game for the West. They win it by 9-4. Fun day here in Sartell.